your paper in a Q1 journal from submitting to the revision. So once your revision will come up, I will help you to revise your manuscript in order to get a publication in the quality journal, Q1 quality journals. So I know that you are coming from different background, but our methodology and our approach is very similar. And all the materials that I'm going to use, it will be shared to you, which means the recorded session, materials, all these things. Either I will share with the Google Drive link and it will be shared in our WhatsApp group. So you can access using the Google Drive link. At the same time, I will upload those materials in our platform as well. So no need to worry that you haven't get the access. I already knocked the research assistant to give you all the access, but no need to worry. I will give you the access through the Google Drive link, including the recorded video and all the material that is required for your research journey. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Do you have any other question before we jump to our today's session? Any question?
No, you can
Okay.
continue.
Okay. And I think you already know me, so I did not introduce myself. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Munshi Afzal. I'm basically teaching for a long time in this particular field. I had experience not only in Bangladesh, but also in Australia, in South Africa, in Cape Town University, and also in University in Sultan Qaboos in Bahrain. So those are the universities I actually associated with, and I try to share my knowledge with them. And I think you already know me from my YouTube channel and page and everything. So I have my open profile, so I guess you already know those things. So I'm not going to waste any time to introduce myself. And I also know most of you as a very dedicated researcher. Some of you already taken one of my course earlier. Asifa already taken one of my course. So I welcome you again
Yes.
in this particular advanced meta-analysis. And I hope that from the last time, this course will also makes more sense and also contributes in your research journey. Okay,
Thank you.
so let us start the first few things, and then I will share the tools and techniques. So basically, I consider that my participants do not have the sufficient background of systematic review, and as you know that systematic review is the foundation of meta-analysis. So once we understand the systematic review in this particular class quickly, then in the next class, it will be easier for us to jump into our meta-analysis activity. So most of the cases, what happened that we started very quickly in the advance, and so that sometimes it becomes more challenging for the participants to cope up. So I will rather go slowly, gradually, and step by step, so that everyone will catch up, and advanced learner will also catch up very quickly, because once we start the meta-analysis from the next week, hopefully it will be more easier. So every week, what we will do today, I'm going to cover the systematic review, some tools and techniques, and how it works. And tomorrow, during the class, I want you to do that. Apply your hands-on training by developing what we have discussed in this particular class today. So it will be an interactive session. First of all, in this class, initial one class I will cover, and the immediate next class, you will do it by yourself and ask help from my side, and I'm going to help you to design your systematic review protocol and the foundation and the title. So the first thing first is our building the foundation of the meta-analysis systematic review foundation. As you know that why we bother about systematic review, and there is an interesting today's feature, what we call the FINER criteria, meaning that how well we can fit our research title, at the same time research content and the research objective, that this criteria will help us to do that properly. Then we have a PICO's framework to structure our research question, and PICO is one of the protocol that we use in the systematic review. And then we are going to use the literature search, finding all relevant studies using some free available databases, because sometimes what happens, we have seen Scopus and Web of Science databases are hard to access from different parts of the world. However, those who already have the access, I welcome that you should use that. However, if you do not have the access, I will share some available resources that is available for you to access very quickly. And then we have to register our research protocol, systematic review research protocol, in the Prospero registration, which you will do it during this course. And then we have a like study screening, selection process and everything. And then we summary and next steps we will do to complete our systematic literature review journey. So in the beginning, we know that the research problem, traditional approach and systematic review approach. In the traditional approach, we read 50 papers, remember what are the papers linked together, write general conclusion. And sometimes it is not, in a systematic way. So it is a very random process. We take papers, whatever we like, therefore there is always chances of bias. However, the systematic review, literature review, which is more organized way of doing the literature review, which is defining the rules, finding the relevant studies, applying the rules uniformly, and the result is unbiased and more acceptable to the research community. So that your memory is more selective in the case of traditional. On the other hand, systematic review prevent bias through transparency. And that is the objective of the systematic literature review. And that is what we do for doing our meta-analysis. Before meta-analysis, we do the systematic review. Because meta-analysis is nothing but the synthesis of the statistical information from the collected research articles that we have collected through systematic review. So systematic review comes first, and later on we do the meta-analysis in order to infer the results from those articles, in order to answer the question whether we should take the drug to apply in the general community, what other previous studies have suggested that, or probably if you from coming from the social science background, probably you may say that whether it is important for us to put the policy upfront and for the people how they respond, what are the previous studies suggested to apply this economic or social policy to the community. So this type of research question needs a historical support and background, and that should be in a more systematic way of collecting the information in order to give an unbiased decision. So narrative review is the traditional review versus systematic review. And in the aspect of protocol, search, bias, reproducibility, systematic review is more compact. It is pre-specified, comprehensive, and all those things. So building a systematic review is more makes sense than the narrative review. Now, before we start systematic review, there is a protocol currently available, which is called the FINAR protocol, the 5-point checklist. Before spending 6 months on a systematic review, ask these 5 questions before you start any systematic literature review, any literature review, whether it is narrative, whether it is a systematic review, whether the title word you are going to select, everything you have to follow this FINAR protocol. This is called the feasibility, interesting, nobility, ethical, and relevant. So feasibility means, is there enough literature that you are going to do a systematic review for your research? And our rule of thumbs is that within the 5 years time, let's say in 2020, there is a systematic review on the same topic that you are going to do in 2026. In my opinion, you have to search that whether that was a comprehensive systematic literature review. If it is more than 5 years ago, yes, you can do it again. You upgrade the knowledge. But if it is less than 5 years, maybe 2 to 3 years ago, in my opinion, there is no need to go for the similar topic for systematic literature review. Am I going too fast?
No,
No,
sir,
it's
it's fine.
okay. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, so if you ask me, if you want me to go slowly, you can just tell me because I'm not sure whether you're following up me correctly because I just want.
Hi, sir. Uh, will there be the subtitles on the recording video?
Uh, mm,
Sub.
subtitles. Okay, subtitles. I
You
try
can
to.
turn on the CC directly in the call.
I,
Yes.
I mean the video you record after class.
Yeah, yeah. I will upload the video and give it to
Oh,
you, and you
okay,
click
okay.
the CC. Once you click the CC in the YouTube option, it will be a private video.
Oh,
So it will you will click the CC. There will be subtitle come up, and I
yeah,
think you can also translate the language if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
can also
Noted, noted. Thank you.
translate the language. So Hang, if I'm going too fast, not to worry because you will have your subtitle at the same time you will have your um, language transferred once I upload it and give it to you, the link. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Fantastic. How do you pronounce your name? Jackie Hang or how? How do you pronounce your name?
Jackie Huang.
Jackie Hang. So I pronounce it correctly, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, fantastic. So, if you answer no to any of these, pick a different question. Now, in previous days, you see, my dear learners, that we haven't decided properly that what to choose and what not to choose. Now, nowadays we have a very specific protocol that this is the way we should choose a research topic. So, whether it's a feasible, interesting, noble, ethical, and relevant. And the interesting part here is that at the very beginning of your research paper writing, whether when you are writing abstract or when you are writing introduction, in my opinion, you start writing the first sentence that you have applied the FINAR criteria to select the research title or to select the systematic review that you are going to do in this in your field. So that is most important thing. I think it's a new thing. I don't think you haven't heard about it previously. This is the new concept in the case of systematic literature review. So feasibility comes, question to ask, are there at least 10 to 15 published studies on this topic? Very important first question. Are there at least 10 to 15 published studies in this topic? If it is not directly coming the 15 to 10 to 15 published studies, forget it. Don't go for this topic. Okay, you can go for PubMed, which is a free, and also you can search there. There are other platform which I will share today, so not to worry. Good example, like does cognitive behavioral therapy help depression? I'm sure those who are coming from the medical sciences, they know what I'm talking about. So if you search this title and you get in 1243 studies, and your conclusion is yes, my me doing the research literature review, systemic literature review is a feasible. The answer of this question is yes. So we should go and do the research. However, if does purple head therapy help left-handed depression, for instance, there is another topic, and this title gives you only 2 studies. In this case, in my opinion, not to go to study or to do a systematic review on that particular topic. Is that clear to everyone? What I'm trying to communicate with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Zahura, very good. Now, the second thing that we are going to talk about is the interesting and impact check. It is very important that we have to check the impact. For instance, will this matter to the doctors, patients, policymakers? This is the question. Is it a botherable question? Whether it matters to the doctors, it matters to the patient, it matters to the policymakers. If the test is would a major journal publish this? So let's assume that we are targeting a Q1 journal in your field, and in the last couple of issues that you have seen that these type of research are coming from here and there. So you can guess that this research systematic review title might be an interesting topic for this journal to accept you. So that is also you have to think before you start any research article. Now, In traditional days, what we have done, we first write a research article and then we search a journal and then we submit to that particular journal. It's a wrong doing. It's a wrongdoing thing. First, you select the journal, check the journal aims and scope, check the last 3, 4 research issues, and also read the author guidelines very properly, and then you start writing your systematic literature review, targeting that 1 or 2 journal. That will give you more chances to publish rather than write a general paper and search a general journal and submit here and there and keep bouncing back the article from journals, because journals will dex reject your article and it will be you will use the article in different places, so nobody will accept it. So in my opinion, not to go by immediately writing your research article, I mean systematic review. First, you check the major journal whether this type of research already published there. So that is the important way of doing things. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Nobility is one of the important thing, originality. Now, my dear learners, here, one of the important thing is nowadays people are writing and using different AIs. And I'm not against using AI. I always in favor of using technology, but depending everything to the technology, and you do not give any contribution. You did not put any contribution, you did not write anything, you did not collect the data, you did not do any type of editing your research article. That is a very prohibited thing according to the journal aims and scope. So in my opinion, you have to be ethically and no and morally sound. At the same time, you have to be make sure that your work is the original work. And in order to check your originality, go to the Prospero database. I will share the Prospero database. In the Prospero database, you can write the title in the Prospero database in the search box. If that research title of systematic review already published, then no need to go for it. Okay. For example, is CBT effective for anxiety in adolescents with autism? Prospero search gives you 0 to 1 similar review. So it is a very small kind of contribution, maybe no contribution or maybe one systematic review. Yes, it is a noble contribution. So in my opinion, you have to check first that whether this is available to the Prospero database. And the reason why you may ask, why, doctor, we are use the Prospero? Because Prospero is the place where you registered your systematic review protocol. Now, most of the cases, if you don't register your systematic review protocol to the Prospero database, many good journals will reject your paper immediately. Okay, so in my opinion, systematic review is a long journey, and if you're starting to do it, you have to make a collaboration so that it will make sure that it will write a research your research quickly, and in order to submit for registration for the protocol, you have to do it upfront, and I will share you how to do that in a minute time. So the second example in here is that if CVT help anxiety, in this case, Prospero search gives you 47 similar reviews. And in my opinion, it's a Nobel, it does not give you any Nobel contribution. You do not choose that topic because it does not give you any contribution at all, or the journals will not going to publish your research paper. And ethical. So these are the things I already discussed, that why ethical things matters, and I already told you that you have to be very honest in your write-up. Remember, my dear learners, in few days ago, one of my researcher was saying that in a top journal, few of the articles were retracted from the journal website because they have found that high percentage of AI presence. Now, you may ask that, doctor, most of the YouTube channels are promoting AI and people are writing and using AI. As I told you, there is no harm to use AI. But from the sketch to the end, if you write the whole thing by AI and your contribution is zero to that particular paper, that is a harmful thing. In my opinion, grammatical changes, academic tone, maybe writing the difficult mathematical equations or designing any conceptual framework, maybe a flow chart, you can take easily help of the AI. However, writing the interpretation of the results, outcomes, protocol, and especially the literature review, in my opinion, you have to use your thoughts and your write-up, your originality. Nowadays, originality is the most scared thing because most of the cases we have seen that AI is replacing everything and people are using it quite often. So finally, we have relevancy, and I know the relevancy is most important thing. If you do not relevant to the real world impact to your research article, then I'm pretty sure this is not going to publish in a Q1 journal. And the final question is, will this change something? If the question comes yes, obviously you go for this research paper writing for the research article writing. So now in this case, you can see PCOS is how you structure your research question precisely. Now, as you know, FINAR gives you a research topic selection. You have to select your research topic for doing a systematic review. Before doing a research topic, you have to go a proper criteria called the FINAR. Based on the FINAR title, you select your research title for the systematic review. On the other hand, PCOS gives you a structured research question because what are the research questions you are going to ask in your research systematic review? And PCOS is a protocol that is going to help you to design your research question. And the PICO stands for Population, Intervention, Comparison, Outcomes, and Study Design. So I'm sure most of you already have familiar with the PICOs. There is another called the Spider protocol. So I'm not going to go into more details. I will share those materials in my Google Drive link with you. So PICOS is a protocol that will define your research question properly. Who are your population? What are the intervention? What is the comparison between the group and outcomes? What you are expecting to do and what are the study design or the methodology of your research. So here, in more details, it gives you the detailed information. I'm not going to read it out. You can have this slide and you can have a look. I'm not going to read it out everything. So describe your participants precisely is the population. Then describe the treatment with precision. In this case, if you're coming from the social science, business, and other background, in this case, describing the policy with the precision, the intervening policy. Then comparison, what is the control and alternative group? If you're coming from the doctor or if you're coming from the biological background, then this is a very interesting way of selecting, and this is the best way to select. In the case of social science, we have always a RCT, randomized control trial. So in this case, this methodology needs two type of group of people. One is a treatment group, the other is in the control group. So that is the definition that who is your control and who is your treatment group for your in the case of your research domain where you are coming from. Then outcome, what is the expected outcome that you are going to thinking. For example, social phobia scale score at 12 weeks post treatment. That's an example. So in order to understand the outcome, the primary outcome, secondary outcome, and when it is going to be measured and which tool that you are going to use, you can identify those things upfront while defining your research question. And then we have study design, whether it is a randomized control trial, RCT, quasi-experimental, coherent studies, case-controlled studies, case report studies, or any other studies that may be qualitative, narrative, thematic. Okay, you can use those as a research methodology. Mixed method you can also use for your research. Most of the cases, meta-analysis use RCT only, which is a most popular research methodology in the case of systematic review and all other common fields as well. So put it together, complete PICO's question is population does intervention compared to comparison, reduce or increase outcomes based on the study design. So that is what an perfect research question. And in order to write the perfect research question, you can see complete example from this class. In young adults age 18 to 25 with DSM-5 diagnosed social anxiety disorder, does monopolize cognitive behavioral therapy, 12 weeks weekly individual patients sessions compared to wait list control, reduce anxiety symptoms, social phobia scale scores at 12 weeks post-treatment, in randomized control trial. So it's a very detailed research question. In earlier days, what you have done that you can just write a research question and one or two sentences. Nowadays, it is not the idea. You have to put a detailing in your research question, and this is the best way to do that using PICOs. Now we are going to take some different databases to cover different journals. So PubMed, Cochrane, and then Google Scholar. These are the search databases that you will use, and I will share some databases as well. Boolean operators, when we are searching anything using Google Scholar or maybe Elsevier, Scopus, or Web of Science. In this case, we can use this Boolean operator, like you have a big single research title, research question, and you can divide those research question into 2 to 3 parts, and adding these 2 to 3 parts by and, or, and, not. So these are the Boolean operators which help you to precisely identify the research paper from those databases. So step-by-step search process, there the search process are giving it to you. And then once we selecting all those research paper, then you have to report the protocol into your Prospero databases, which I will share with you. Okay, so imagine you test 50 outcomes, only 3 show significant results. You report those 3 and claim significant findings. This is a wrongdoing. And we do not do this, because when you are testing your things and you only find 3 important things and you say that it's a significant outcome, and you are going to register this outcome in the protocol, for the protocol in your Prospero databases, that is not a good idea to do that. Before you do that, you have to go and check whether it's a significantly done. And in my opinion, systematic literature review, you should not do alone. You should always accompany with one other researcher. He or she may be your colleague or maybe a research associate. So you have to collaborate with 1 or 2 more researchers. And this is what our registration process, because first your PICOS question, then search strategy, inclusion criteria, analysis plan, expected completion date. These are the important information the registration process asks you to add here. Does anyone have the idea of this Prospero in my class? Asif, I think you have the idea.
I have, but I'm not that much sure, so that I joined.
Okay, okay. Anyone else? Any idea about the Prospero?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Plus,
Uh, so it is wonderful to attend the class.
thank you.
Sir, actually, we wrote a systematic review in the
Yes,
college, but
yes,
since we were very beginners, we forget to register in the Prospero. So
yes.
we are unable to publish in almost any good journal.
So what I'm
So
saying is correct, right?
right, sir, and like they are focused much more on the methodology, like as you have told the Boolean things, na, and
Yeah.
or strategy, like they're
Uh-huh,
heavily focused on it, and they think that
uh-huh.
you have to include every single study
Uh,
which is like shown in the search result.
yes, every single
So
keywords. Mhm.
right,
Yeah, I have
so it becomes
I have
Yeah,
a question.
please, please.
Actually, we already did some systematic review and meta-analysis papers,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't register with the Prospero.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is mandatory to register this protocol.
Okay, so good thing you asked this question. Like,
Mhm.
for example, if you are working with something called the human involvement, for instance, a drug that is going to be used or not, or probably a medical protocol that you are going to suggest through your systematic review, you
Okay.
must
Oh.
register the protocol in the Prospero. Without that, no journal in the world, of course, the
Mhm.
predatory journal, the bad journals will publish, but
Mhm.
that is not going to help you in your career. If you're looking for a good journal, and I'm talking about Q1 journal, then they are
Okay.
not going to publish your article.
For the medical related,
Yes, most
yeah,
of the cases, yes. But
it is social science and other.
No need for the Prospero because social science and others are, I think it is not necessarily registered in the Prospero.
Okay, even in the medical, we are not going to take the primary details for the, we are not giving for the human participants for our research. So why we need
Yeah.
to register?
As I told you that if it is
Uh,
relevant to the human participants and human, I mean directly related to the human welfare and the society itself, or the
mhm.
drug or any suggestions or a policy implication that will impact clinically the community, of course you have to do that. If it is not otherwise, for example, you are testing a theory or maybe you are talking about something that is not related to the human research, or maybe not about the human things, or you are not going to suggest anything for the clinical diagnosis or clinical application for the human
Okay.
test. In that case, it is not mandatory. But however, whenever the keyword comes, clinical, medicine,
Mhm.
human, or biological evidences, these keywords always encourage the
Oh,
reviewer to check whether you registered the protocol in the Prospero.
if you are suggesting some diagnosis or some medical related
Correct,
item, should
correct,
register.
correct.
Otherwise, it is okay. So I'm worried about. We already submitted the papers, but some of the papers are under review. But
Mhm.
till now, the journals are not asked. That's why
Yeah,
I'm worried.
and one other important thing is, Asifa, is that during the initial screening process of any journal,
Mhm.
nowadays you will find that there are two emails come from the journal. One email comes that, congratulations, you have passed the initial screening of your article, and the
Yeah,
next email comes that your article goes for the
revision.
review
Yeah, yeah.
process, right?
Editor
So
assigned and review
exactly.
process.
So initial screening meaning that they check the plagiarism, they check the AI detection, they check the protocol, they check the Prospero registration, all those things. If that is
Okay.
required, they will come back to you and say that you see, we don't find the Prospero registration number like
Okay.
this number that you are looking at, CRD
Yeah, yeah.
402400111324. So they will say that no, we are not going to review this research paper. But
Okay.
if they do not say that, which means that they are not kind of interested to that, so you are
Okay.
good to go for the revision process.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So now the next step is to two-stage screening process, title and abstract screening and full test screening. Those screening process I will talk about later on. And using the AI to help screening, yes, Notebook LM is a fantastic place to start with the screening. I will help you to do that as well. Check list for the class today is the FINAR criteria. We understand FINAR. We understand how to select the title using FINAR criteria. Then understand what are the research, how to select the research question based on the PCOS, then how to use the literature review search with the help of different other databases, which I'm going to share right now. Then the protocol registration by Prospero, and do not do not use any dishonesty while you're registering the Prospero by just simply saying that you have tested these and coming the 3 or 4 significant results, and you say that your outcome is a significant. Do not do that, because in the long run, they might ask you the result, and if you do not provide the result, your paper is not going to publish in good particular journal. And of course, there are free tools like Notebook LM, OpenLX, Google Scholar, which I will um, hopefully share with you right now. Okay, so the next class we are going to do it in the next week. I mean tomorrow as well, the FX size and basic meta-analysis discussion. And before to do that, you have to download the JAP software in your computer. Now the homework, and this is what I really want you to do tomorrow, is to develop a FINAR PICOS question, 1 page, conduct a preliminary literature search, maybe a topic that you are trying to find, and I'll share you the databases where you have to search it. Write 1 to 2 page justification of your question using the protocol that I said, PICOS, and then registration of the Prospero. If it is required, I will tell you, no need now. And at least identify few studies in your topic and prepare to screening for final inclusion. This is your task, which I'm going to see tomorrow at the same time, and you are going to share your screen and at least share me how you are doing it from your end. And that is the idea. Now, that is what we have in our first theoretical part. Now, second part that we are going to talk about is the introduction of the tools and technique to help you designing your research questions. So first of all is the OpenLX. Have you heard about this platform, OpenLX?
No, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay. OpenLX is a free research database, and it has a very comprehensive search database. Comprehensive. So, in my opinion, if you are using OpenLX, that is a good idea because in a research Scopus and Web of Science, sometimes it is very difficult to get the access using our institutional affiliation. So OpenLX gives that particular platform. Yes, Scopus data also you can get it from the OpenLX, and it gives you a very comprehensive search. So let me share one of the things from here that we are talking about from a title from this our slide. Um, let's assume that social phobia, let's say, let me check a title. Let me check it. So talking about this social anxiety disorder, let's say this is our title of interest and we put it here. Okay. And the OpenLX is going to search for us, and you can see that OpenLX gives you 21 results on this topic. And if you look at the abstract, here the inclusion and exclusion criteria, add a filter to that: author, founder, institution, open access, topic, title. And if you click the more, you can see lots of filtering are there. You can see lots of filtering is there. It's a huge database for free. You can use it for your research, article download, and search. Very interesting places, and most important thing, it is give you cited by. It has a export results in the RIS form. First, you have to log in, and login also free. Once you log in, you can use and download all the research paper that is selected in your title. So it's a very interesting platform, and it's a completely free. And of course, as I told you, it is also the unpay wall is there. So research articles that you are not going to get it for free, through OpenLX, you may get it for free. So this is one of the best database in my opinion. Other best database is Semantic Scholar. So in the Semantic Scholar, if you just copy the same thing and search it, you may get 52 results from. And here you also give the inclusion criteria like your field of study. You can give a data range from the last 5 years and last 10 years. As I told you that this is a rule of thumb that last 5 years and last 10 years is most important thing, has PDF. And then if you look at the only journal articles, yes, of course, you can select the journal articles. So this is how you can select and download the research articles for your research write-up for systematic literature review. In the case of this one, the paper that I told you, PDF has there in this means that the PDF has an open access PDF. This is open access, so you can download the PDFs very easily from the Semantic Scholar. One interesting thing that I would like to share today is Google Scholar has introduced AI search. Have you heard about it? Palash? Anyone?
Yes, sir, but never used it.
Okay, so you should use it. Ask a detailed research question to find relevant papers. So now we're talking about the detailed research question. I told you that, you see, once you develop your protocol and you are ready to write the research question, so detailed research question they ask. And if you look at the research question that we have developed based on the PCOS protocol, this is the research question I was talking about. Let's assume that this is the research question we're talking about, detailing of the research question. So if I put it here in the AI search, And let me see what are the information that come up from this AI-based Google Scholar Lab search. Okay, so they are looking for the results. It is still in a beta version, but you can use it. In the Google Scholar AI Lab, it says Google Scholar AI Lab. Okay. Google Scholar AI Lab. So evaluated top 15 results while it coming up. You can see that PDF coming up includes adult age report made. I mean, it gives you a more detailing about the article that is going to be available on the list. So you can see that this most of the articles, it gives you a detailing, and you can download those articles because the sometimes you see PDF is available. Some of these are HTML is available, so you may not have the access if it is a restricted. However, it is also a fantastic way to download and collect the literature review articles, Google AI Labs. Okay. Now, another interesting part is to write your protocol for registering in the Prospero. There is another platform called the Terra.
Sir, may I
Terra.
ask a question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So my question is that like when we register for the Prospero,
Yeah,
what happens in any study they like the complete focus is on the methodology. Like
uh,
they check your search strategy and or what keywords you use and everything.
yes,
So as we are using AI, the OpenAlex, as you said,
yeah.
so how will we going to write that how we found that article, because we cannot mention that we have used OpenLX. We have to tell them that we have searched the PubMed, we have searched the Google Scholar, and we use that strategy.
No, 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 no. It is not necessarily that you have to use the Scopus and Web of Science. Yes, for medical related research, PubMed is the best place to start with. However, there is no harm to use Semantic Scholar, OA.mg, OpenLX. There is no harm. Nowadays, it is acceptable that people are using it. And for developing countries, like from our perspective, we do not have always access the big databases which are the paid, for instance, Scopus and Web of Science. So it is rather be honest that I have used this protocol databases, especially PubMed is of course a free database. It's not a restricted database. So you can use the PubMed initially. Then if you do not satisfy, I think in my opinion, multiple database is better to use it while you are downloading your articles. And you see, in this particular case, when you are downloading articles from multiple databases, for instance, from PubMed, from OpenLX, or from maybe from Semantic Scholar, so there would be multiple articles overlapping, right? So in order to remove this overlapping, there you see, this is a nice platform called the Terra, and here is a duplicator. So you can remove your overlapping articles very easily by this option called the duplicator. And you can always use this particular platform to design your research protocol and submit to the Prospero. And you can refer to this platform as well because it is a Bond University from Australia, University of Glasgow, Leicester University. They always collaborate this particular platform, and it's completely free platform. Sometimes if you're collaborating more than 2 or 3 projects, in that case, you may have to pay $10 a month, and which is a very small amount of money to do multiple projects. But if you do not pay anything, you can only do one project in a month time. And in my opinion, one project in a month time is sufficient. Next month, you can start a new project. So if you look at this particular platform where you can see the systematic review is there. And if you look at the My Project, if you go to the My Project, in my opinion, you can use these project settings, project files. You can upload the project files that I said. For example, one of my article that I have talked about is systemic literature review on the impact of artificial intelligence on student learning outcome in higher education files. So this is one of the research article title I have searched, and I got some references for the testing purposes. And this is the RIS file that I have downloaded from the OpenLX. You can download this RIS from here, export login. Once you log in, there will be export result in RIS. RIS is a reference file. You can get it from the Zotero as well. You can get it from the Zotero as well. I am not explaining a very basic things because I am assuming that you already have a familiarity with the Zotero and referencing managing tools. So I'm not going to review those things. But if you ask me to do that, and if you require to explain those things, yes, of course, I can help you to explain those things in more detailed way. But at this moment, use this Terra platform where you can just go to the process. You can see that review wizard, word frequency, duplicate or screenshot, meaning that uploading your files and screening inclusion and exclusion criteria. Okay, you can use exclusion and inclusion criteria. So loading your data first. Once you load your data, then you can include and exclude. So choose a citation library. If you click the citation library, this, let's say this is my citation library that I'm going to choose. Now move files, download, clear. Okay, and then you can do more of the things. Let's say move files to anywhere you want. Okay, and if you click this one, it will give you some information like this. You see the articles that I have uploaded. Then you can say it's a undecided, inclusion, exclusion, right? The article that you have downloaded in a RIS platform, that article you can include or exclude, and you decide whether it will add your systematic literature review or not. You can do it using this particular platform, and you can see in here how many articles that you have included, how many articles that you have excluded. You can add it here very easily. Exclude the keywords, include the keywords. You can add it here as well. And here as well, you can see that eligibility criteria. You can see the population PICOs are here. What are the eligibility criteria? Okay, so you did not add anything eligibility criteria at this moment. However, you can add this eligibility criteria before you start doing your systematic literature review protocol writing. So in my opinion, once you start your project, my project, you can create a project for your case, because I already have done one project recently, so I cannot add a new project at this moment. But for your case, you haven't used any project yet using this particular platform. You can design your research protocol for registering Prospero by this particular platform without taking any help from anywhere. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's look
Sir,
like
like,
a
can we,
Ryan.
Yes, look like a Ryan, right? But it's a more modern and sophisticated and free.
sir, is there any application like which help us in like formulating the research question and finding the gaps?
Is there any application which can find you the research gap and application? Of course, yes. No,
And
there.
designing the research question, because that is like the attractive part.
Yeah, definitely. You see, before we going to that, you need to go to the Prospero just to check the Prospero. Before answering your question, I'm just to share the Prospero website. This is the Prospero website for registering your protocol. For economics and social science background, there is another called the Welcome to the Meta-Analysis of Economics Research Network, MAER network. Meta-analysis in economics research, social science research. This is also one of the platform where you can particularly connect with with these researchers. At the same time, you can register your protocol very easily. So one of the things that you have asked me the question, you go to the notebook LM. Okay, in the notebook LM, what you can do is go and do the try notebook LM. Okay, in the notebook LM, first all you have to do that you go and do. Let's say I would like to. You can create a notebook LM, new notebook LM, and you can create existing notebook LM. For example, if I want to create a new notebook, click this one, add up your all the research article that you have downloaded. Once you download the articles, for example, from here, let me just to share one of the article. Let's say, um, let's say this is the article. Recently, I have written this article just to share with you. Not, I mean, not for the. It is just a purpose of the demonstration. You can add 50 articles on Go using Notebook LM for free, and you do not have to pay a single money to this particular case. And most important thing here, you can see the mind map reports are there. Okay, so once you upload the article in the system, you can start typing. In this particular type, you can write that I would like to do a systematic literature review using these selected articles. And I want you to first, my research protocol is that you have to give them a research protocol, like what is your PICOs, who are your population, who are your intervention, who are your comparative comparison of the groups. And then you have to say that I'm going to, and of course, you have to share the research question based on your FINAR criteria. And then you tell the Notebook LM to filter and write the systematic review based on these two criteria, and it will give you a draft of systematic review. And then again, what you have to do is, in my opinion, you have to add up few things. And in order to, I mean, in order to make it more original, whatever comes from the Notebook LM, I refer to one of my YouTube video. It is very effective YouTube video. Uh, I can share with you. This video will obviously help you to make it an effective way of, or gives you original contribution. Original contribution. So if I go to my videos, there is one, this one, okay? This one, use AI as your assistant, not your writer. So if I click this one, okay, this video gives you, okay, this video will give you how to make originality in your write-up in while you are collecting information from the Notebook LM output. Okay, so that is very important. I'm going to share this in the chat box so that everyone can get a how do I say that, link. Let me share it here. So this is the link, and I strongly suggest you to follow this link uh, to check this video. This is, I mean, help you to design your originality from your output that comes from the Notebook LM. Okay, so this is one of the way you can do it very easily. So I think we have come to the end of our session. Any question from my participants? Radha, Zahura, Jackie Hang, Asifa, Palash, any question?
Good
Sir,
evening, sir.
Yes. Zahura, any question?
not really question, sir. Uh, I think when we start doing our homework, maybe we will feel where we are lacking. So maybe tomorrow we will be clear what to do.
Yes, yes, of course. Let's say what you can do is I will share this video and the slide as well. And you see the homework that I have given to you. In my opinion, you have to download two things first. Number one is Zotero. This is a referencing managing software. And I'm pretty sure in our group, many of us already familiar with the Zotero. If you do not have the familiarity, you can go to my channel and search Zotero referencing managing software. It will give you a complete guideline about how to do it, how to give you the referencing. And this is very important because all the articles that you have downloaded from the OpenLX or probably Semantic Scholar or probably other sources like Google Scholar, you can put it in the Zotero. And once you put it in the Zotero, Zotero will give you the RIS file, and that file you can use it for your systematic review protocol development in the Terra website. Otherwise, what you can do, use the Notebook LM to write the systematic review preliminary things. In my opinion, in the slide that I said, the homework, the 5 key points that I request you to do that. It will take only, I think, half an hour time for you to practice. If you do not practice, my dear, it is difficult for anyone to learn quickly. The only thing is to have a hands-on training. I do not believe in lecture. I always believe in doing something by hand. So please spend few minutes time, let's say half an hour time, tonight or tomorrow morning, and then let us share the screen and share our knowledge, what we have found by using these tools and technique and answering the question that I have asked you to do. And that way you can learn very quickly and very fast.
Okay, for tomorrow, we should make the research question and uh,
Co-
based on that 5 formats.
Yes,
Finish it.
yes.
Okay.
Once we complete it, then we go to the next phase. I'm not in a
Okay. Whether
hurry.
we need to download the articles for tomorrow, or we will finalize.
Let's say a few articles you can download because you have to write the
Mm.
protocol. So if you don't download the articles, how do you know that these are the right
Okay.
articles that you are looking for? And as I told you that you have to at least search, because whether it is a Nobel article that you are going to write, if there is an article available like this topic, then there is no point of doing the systematic review on this particular topic, right? And also you can play around with the links that I have shared here, especially the platform that I have shared. Please play around with those. You will find a suitable title. And in my opinion, as I
Mhm.
told everyone, that our target is to write a research paper at the end of the day and publish it in a Q1 journal. So starting from the very beginning, if you collect your research title in a proper way and write
Mm.
your research question in a proper way, that will help you to start your writing research paper based on the meta-analysis methodology,
Mm.
eventually a very successful one for publishing in AQ1 journal.
So search string should be the papers which we are planning, that should be final for tomorrow.
I'm expecting few papers that you should download and use the notebook LM or the one that I shared, the Terra, to include and exclude information like this for the systematic review.
Okay, fine. Fine. We'll try.
Okay, fantastic. May I have you for 2 minutes, sir? Yes, you have me 2 minutes. Uh, any other question from Jackie?
For me, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we have sources like Scopus, Web of Science, and all.
Mhm.
But if we are using OpenLX, whether not the journal, whether the reviewers will raise any questions?
No, because nowadays OpenLX, Semantic Scholar, OA.mg, these are a comprehensive database. And for
Mm.
developing countries like us who does not have always the Scopus and Web of Science access, because of the institution, sometimes they do not provide it to the students who are maybe in the developing countries. For them, especially, it is a good idea to use those, and there is no question. Nobody will ask any question about it. I have found that many of the research articles only use the Google Scholar to write their research article, especially the downloading the research article for the systematic review. So there is no harm to use OpenLX, Semantic Scholar, OA.mg, PubMed. You should use those things and refer that. Yes, I use this because I do not have the access of Scopus and Web Science due to this sort of problem or barriers. You have to admit it, be honest, and I think this is the best policy to admit. And if you admit it, everybody will accept it.
If we have access with the Scopus and Web of Science, we can go with that. No need to
Yes,
open.
you always welcome to use the Scopus. It is a proper database, and
Mm.
use the Web of Science. Yes, if you have the access, this is the first priority. And
Mm.
then, in my opinion, multiple database is a good way to select articles. So in this case, side by side Scopus, you can try OpenLX or Semantic Scholar. Maybe you have overlapping articles. So in that case, you go to the Terra and make sure you have a one single document where
Presentation.
all the original articles are there. There is no duplicate in your
Oh,
screening. So that you can do by using the Terra platform, in my
okay.
opinion. So using two or three different database, it is in my opinion is the best for
Yes.
publishing in a Q1 journal. Not to depend
Oh,
on only one database, even if it is a good one.
okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for today.
Okay, most welcome.
Okay.
So, Jackie, any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, any
You are
question?
teaching very good, and thank you. I will go over after class. By the
Okay.
way, tomorrow could you please send the room link to my email, because yesterday my WhatsApp account was banned. I don't
Okay.
know why.
Okay.
Many times.
Okay. Please send your email to our group, WhatsApp group, or send right now to my email. You have my email, right?
I have an email. I don't know whether it is your email or your
Um,
assistant's email.
okay, I am going to write it here for you to right now. My email. You can just email your email address. I will send it to you. Okay, this is my email
Yeah, if
address.
tomorrow my WhatsApp was banned, it will be banned. I cannot. Uh,
Yeah, I understand. So this is my email, and this is my another Gmail address. You can email me to any one of these address. Okay. So you email me, I will reply by giving you the link. Okay. So Radha, any question?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, any question?
Nothing, sir. It is very interesting, very nice. So just now I am doing my PhD process. So tomorrow I will submit my systematic literature review. I want to know about what is the difference between systematic literature review and review of literatures. Any difference, sir?
Of course, review of literature is a common word where it includes all sort of review. For instance, systematic review, narrative review, thematic review, meta-analysis, all those library search, archive search, everything that comes under the review process. But systematic review is one kind of review, and it is an acceptable review process around the world. So systematic review, it is the best way to do your literature review, especially for PhD, masters, and good research article. And systematic review itself is a methodology that is used for research paper publication. So review of literature means all sort of review process. There are so many types of literature review process. However, systematic is one type of review of literature. Yeah. Is it clear to you? Okay. Any other question from anyone? Feel free to ask any question if you have it. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow at the same time. Hopefully, we'll have a very exciting class in tomorrow. So I hope and pray for your good health and safe stay. Thank you. You can leave now.
Hello,
thank
sir.
you, Professor.
Okay, most welcome, dear. Yes, Palash, any question?
Good night.
Good night.
Yes, sir. Thank you for giving 2 minutes.
Yes.
Sir, actually, let me brief you. I am actually, hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, it's breaking up sometimes. Can you repeat again for me?
Yeah, I want to thank you, sir, for giving me your time. First of, what is happening?
No, you continue. Don't worry.
I think, sir. Oh, so I think I have to like close my video, otherwise it is not
Yeah, sure. I
giving
understand.
clear.
Yeah, please close your video. Don't worry.
So what is happening in the current scenario is like I am doing research so that I could get admission in a very good program.
Yes.
So what is happening, sir? They are just giving abruptly high importance to meta-analysis. I mean, if you have one meta-analysis in your profile, they are
Yes.
just like get ready to give you admission in like any course.
Yes.
So, uh, what want your guidance is that, uh, in the due time in which until the next week when we are going to learn about the meta-analysis,
Uh-huh.
how should I start the study? Because I want to complete the meta-analysis anyhow. So,
Yes.
my approach should be different? Like, should I give time to systematic reviews, or like my ultimate goal should be meta-analysis only, because ultimately that is something going to matter much more in my case.
No, no, Polash, you don't get it right. Meta-analysis is a part of systematic review. If you do not do the systematic review, you cannot do the meta-analysis. So you have to start with systematic review. In that particular research, meta-analysis is one part of methodology. Without the systematic review, meta-analysis you cannot do. It's a meaningless thing. So without systematic review, you cannot write a meta-analysis research paper. That is the reason why the 6 weeks class is designed starting from the systematic review and then going for meta-analysis. You are eventually writing a meta-analysis research paper, but systematic review is the starting point of writing meta-analysis paper. Understand?
Got it, sir. Got it. So, like, how
Okay.
to choose a study which I can like continue later with meta-analysis? I mean,
I already told you, follow my class and the homework. That is your first thing. You have to do it. Then once you select your title and research study based on the protocol and the criteria, we will go next step using that title and criteria and articles, how to do the meta-analysis.
okay, I mean, same strategy for it. Okay, sir.
Same
Got it. Thank you so
strategy,
much.
same strategy.
Okay, okay. Good night, sir. Thank you
Sir,
so much. Wonderful
good
class.
evening, sir. Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, I
Run.
think as per my point of view, this is like a prisma. We are doing a systematic review with meta-analysis. Right now, I think this
Yeah,
is the class for prisma.
it's a Prisma flowchart that we have followed. Systematic review basically followed the Prisma flowchart, and in the Prisma flowchart we have inclusion and exclusion criteria. Yes, you are right. It's a Prisma systematic review is based on the Prisma flowchart. Right, you're right.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I am very happy. Thank you.
Okay. So hopefully we will see you again tomorrow at the same time. I will share you the link in the WhatsApp, and I'll share the link to email Zaki Han for your convenience. Thank you so much. Bye bye.